Deep in the forests of North America, a creature is said to exist. A creature that people are encountering.
Seriously, look how big it is.
With far too many reports to ignore, there are elements of truth behind these accounts that mankind can no longer
It's
ignore.
created almost this obsession where I need to find out
Could the
more.
breeding population of large, upright, hairy hominids really exist in North America? Or is there something more paranormal at work here? Digging the woods. If just one footprint, one wood knock, or one howl was real, then man's understanding of primate evolution would be changed forever. Join Glenn Purcell and the Catskill Appalachian Research Collective as they delve further into the mysteries of Bigfoot and other paranormal phenomena through the eyes of witnesses, investigators, critics, and skeptics. Join us as we look to discover what lurks from behind tall trees.
Hi, everybody. I want to off the screen. That would be good. There we go. I'm back. I know that's, I'm not sure if people will like that or not like that, but I kind of took a hiatus from the show because I was super busy and I was going to 9 million things and doing 9 million things. And I've taken some stuff off my plate. We're not traveling as much as we normally do to go to shows. And I love this podcast. And so we're bringing it back. And tonight is our first night back in 2026. And I've got some great guests. We're going to be talking to Monsters Unleashed. And we're going to find out what they've been up to and what they're doing. You can leave your comments in the chat. And we will bring them up so that you can ask questions. I'm going to bring Monster Mike and Trish Collins to the team here. How are you guys doing?
Oh, doing great.
Fantastic. Yeah. I know we're running a couple minutes late because Trisha, your little boy is sick and you've been at the hospital all day with him. So I'm very thankful that you're here with us because you got a little one that doesn't feel good. So I know how that is.
Yeah, he's had a rough day, really rough day. So.
Oh, I bet. So tell us a little about yourselves, because I know from my standpoint, I don't know a whole lot about your group. And I'm trying to find out where the comments are. It's been a while since I've been on StreamYard. We kind of came.
Yeah,
what's that?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was trying to bring up your chat here too because I wanted to see your chat.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the chat? Never mind. Okay, I think I got it. It's been a while, guys. I'm a little rusty, but
it's understandable.
So I've heard about you guys, but I have not been able to actually interact with you guys until recently. And so tell me, who is Monsters Unleashed?
Trisha, you go ahead. I'll let you tell. Trisha.
Monsters Unleashed started in August of 2025. It came about after, years of me and my father, because Monster Mike's my dad. So we are family oriented.
Very nice.
Years of talking about Sasquatches and childhood stories of my dad, of things that he went through and things that he's experienced and things that, I've experienced as a child, that we just kind of got to thinking, wow, that, we've really had some weird experiences that we can't explain. And then cryptids started coming along with that. And we took a family trip back to our home state, West Virginia, went to the Bigfoot Festival this past spring. And
October. It was this past summer. I'm sorry. It was in July.
It was really hot. And we came thunderstorms. It was really hot. So we got to listening to everybody talking. And I had took my very first photo of a Sasquatch in May of 2021. And I reached out to the BFRO, got a lot of backlash from it, but I had some positive people that reached out to me. Les Odell reached out to me, and we discussed it and everything. And I let it go for a couple of years. I didn't, thought maybe I was crazy. Then we went to that Bigfoot festival, and I ran into Les and multiple people and was telling them and showing them. And so we kind of got to talking, we've had all these weird experiences.
Yep.
I've never seen Sasquatches. I saw that one and documented it. Why not make our own group? Why not start a group and go out here, do our own research and see what we can find? And boy, it has been an adventure in such a short amount of time. We have found so much, and it's been a good bonding thing for me.
Oh, absolutely.
It actually has me really emotional talking about it because, like, kids and their parents, they have their struggles. They either have a good or bad relationship, and our relationship has been rocky, but this has brought us together, and it's made us closer than ever. And it's been very exciting. Andy Johnson, who's in your comments, he is a part of Monsters Unleashed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's great. He's been a big help to us. And so, yeah, that's how we came about. And, we found so much. I can't even we've been discovering, especially here recently.
Now here, you're talking North Carolina?
No,
Tennessee?
I am in Kentucky, Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm located about 45 minutes from the Land Between the Lakes.
Okay.
And for anybody that doesn't know, Land Between the Lakes is this huge 170,000 acre peninsula that runs from Kentucky into Tennessee. And if you have not researched it, I highly recommend you do. There is a lot there, not just cryptid wise, but paranormal wise. The history of it it's fascinating, but it's sad. It's really sad. So I definitely recommend looking into it because it's fascinating.
That's on one of my bucket list places to go. I would love to go to
I actually invited her, Tricia. I told her if she could make a way to come down this coming month for the 7th, that we'd take her into the LBL if she could make it there.
Yeah, I'd love to show you some of the areas that I've been.
I told him to send me the information. I'll see if I can make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah. I do a lot of investigating in the Alleghenies, which is equally crazy and weird. And we've had some really bizarre, unexplained stuff happen. So,
hey, I'm up that way all the time, Gwendolyn. I am.
Come with me.
The company I work for, we're based out of Altoona.
Oh, geez. That's not far from there at all. Hey,
so
Tim.
So you can probably guess who I work for. It's a huge gas station chain. So yeah, you know who I'm talking about then.
I don't, but
I work for Sheets.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're everywhere up here.
Yeah.
It's like bad money.
I do construction for them. So I build new stores, I repair stores, and stuff like that. So I'm just all over the place.
Well, they just tore down and rebuilt a couple of them up here.
Yeah, that's what I do. We go in, we tear them down to the dirt, and we rebuild them in 4 months. It's like one of the fastest turnarounds there is.
It's ridiculous, crazy.
It's very busy too. Very busy.
It's busy.
Yeah, I'm actually in a hotel room right now.
I was going to say, you look like you're in a bedroom of some sorts.
Yeah, I'm in a hotel room at a Holiday Inn. I'm in Conover, North Carolina, right outside of Hickory. So.
Oh, Tim, I've been great. I've thought a lot about you over the last couple of weeks. I'll have to call you when we're done with the show tonight. Tim and I had quite an experience in Salt Fork, Ohio, where we were sitting on the tailgate of a truck and we were alone. It was in the middle of the night, and a Bigfoot walked up like 6 feet from us. And I heard Tim chamber his gun, and I was like, Tim, you all right? He's like, yep, I'm good. And then we lifted a handprint off the side of his truck.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God. Like, that's how close it was. It was ridiculous.
That's some good stuff right there.
Trisha was there, and they was in there investigating one day, and she comes back to her Jeep, and she's got hair on the wheel of her Jeep.
Oh, please let me tell you this story. Everybody's gonna get a kick out of it. So, we've been assisting the Pathfinders with an expedition that they're doing, and we went in the area that they're in, and just to get familiar with the area, just to prepare for the mission. So we're in there, and I have to use the bathroom really bad. There's no bathrooms around. I'm from West Virginia. If you know, you know. Okay. So I did my business, by the rear passenger side tire of my Jeep. And, well, I made a joke. I'm like, you watch, I'm going to track something. Just joking around. So we go, and we're looking around, investigating, and I found a couple prints, and I hear this whistle. Okay, and there's nobody in there. Nobody, no hunters, nobody's in there. We explored like the road, drove up, drove down just to make sure nobody was in there. And this whistle sounded like, have you ever watched the movie Hunger Games?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, so
what?
It's like, and I'm like, that I've heard whistles in the woods before, but nothing like that. It sounded just like the whistle from the movie The Hunger Games. So I'm recording, and I hear movement to the right of me. So I get on my radio, and I yell at my husband. I'm like, you need to stop walking, because he's up on a hill to the left of me. I said, stop walking. You're making too much noise. There is something moving to my right. And I have my hearing aid in so I could, hear it better. Well, Andy's probably about 50, 60 yards behind me, and him and his wife are hearing it too. And at this point, my husband has stopped walking. So we know there's movement to the right of us. We're hearing it. We just can't see anything. So we sat there for about 20 minutes watching and observing. Nothing. This whistle keeps happening about every 5 minutes. I mean, what in the world? So I'm like, all right, guys, let's meet back up at the Jeep. We walk to the Jeep, and I'm like, what is that ball on my tire? Because it wasn't there before. My tires, it was dry that day. There was no mud. They were clean as you could get a Jeep tire. I mean, I would eat my sandwich off of it. That's how clean it was. No dust. And there's just this ball of hair on it. So I take out my Gerber, and I pick it up with the Gerber, and I'm looking at it. And my husband goes, well, let me smell it. And I'm like, you don't want to smell that. I'm like, because we don't know if that came where I did my business or anything. And
right.
He goes, no, just let me smell it. So I'm like, okay. He grabs it, he smells it, and he goes, that's like a deer hair. And I'm like, yeah, but it's wadded up into a perfect ball.
What?
And I'm like, why would a deer ball their hair up and stick it on my tire? I know for a
Deer
fact.
hair doesn't ball up either.
No, it doesn't.
Deer hair is short. It can't.
If I had the sample with me, I would pull it out with some tongs and show you, because I collected it. Any type of hair. I don't care if it's a squirrel hair, anything. If I see hair, I collect it, because you just don't know.
No, you don't know. You never know.
It was just laying on my tire. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened.
And I later got to thinking, man, I made that joke that I was going to attract something because I used the bathroom not there. And then I find this ball of hair. So I collected it. I have not sent it off because I don't know who to trust and where to find it. because I've actually got 3 hair samples. One of them looks to be some sort of canine, and the other hair sample actually has the follicle on it. Okay, and it's about that long, and
Wow.
it's solid white, and the follicle on it is even like an even brighter white. And this blew in from a ridge behind me that I had previously got some knocks out of that mimicked a woodpecker, but it was 10 times louder than a woodpecker. And I looked in there for hours, never saw a bird, not nothing. But what I did see was something very large moving behind this huge pile of brush. And then when it got to the other side of the ridge, it did a call, it whooped at me. And then later I found out that a team that was showed up right before or right after I got there, they saw something moving up on that ridge. So I'm sitting at the picnic table talking to Jerry Millwood from NCI, and this hare blows in, lands on my beanie, and he goes, "Don't move." He said, "You put hair on your beanie." So he grabs it, and I grab it by the same end that he did because I don't want to contaminate it anymore. Right. And I take it over to Martin Groves and Tim Dills, and I let them look at it, and Tim like grabs me something that he has so I can collect it and take it home. But that blew my mind. I still don't know exactly.
That's crazy.
I'm digging into there pretty deep, finding some stuff. Like I believe I found a nest. It's what it looks like a nest to me. I've actually got what sounds like dog barks behind me. Nobody's in there hunting. Nobody that was there that day had dogs. And when you watch the video, you can see this tall, like Sasquatch looking figure standing behind me in the tree line. And you can see the head, the conical head, and you can make out a little bit of the facial features. So I've really been going in deep in a few of those areas in there. And I found a lot. There's another area that, I've got like a behavioral pattern going on. And it's fascinating to see, it's a kill site as well. I found this raccoon that had just been ripped open and guts coming out. But there was no blood on the tree, no blood on the raccoon, no blood on the ground, but a very large path walking up to that tree. And then a few yards down, there's a huge X with multiple smaller X's on the ground beside it. So I'm telling you, LBL is a very high activity and a very good area to research. There's so much in there, and not just with Sasquatches, with dogmen.
Do they have a lot of missing person reports out of there?
Yeah, they have, yes.
They have had, yes. I don't know of any recent ones, which I haven't really investigated that. We've pretty much been head over heels on just chasing the dog man and Sasquatch too. More of the dog man in that area. And but we have had contact with Sasquatch in that area. We went into Rushing Creek. There's a Rushing Creek campground, which is an area that the TVA had a huge campground built in that area. It had basketball courts, RV camp spots, bathhouses, the whole 9 yards. But it just mysteriously they shut it down.
Yeah.
Mysteriously they shut it down. But they didn't only just shut it down, they erased it. They erased it from the landscape. They cut down the telephone poles. And there's been several other people that's made videos on it. Hellbent Holler being one of them. And they went in and talking about where the TVA had even cut down the telephone poles. They wanted no sign of it whatsoever to remain. But the funny thing of it is the road is still really nice, and you can drive right down there. If you drive around the gate, you can drive all the way down. It's just that they gated it off, and you're not allowed to drive in there, but you are allowed to hike in there.
What campground is this?
Well, it's not going to be listed on anything.
Right.
It doesn't exist anymore. It's called Rushing Creek. Rushing Creek.
Okay.
So we on our fourth day in there when I went in and back in what was it, October, Tricia?
Yes.
Yeah, October we went in, and on our fourth day in there we decided we were going to go to Rushing Creek. So we parked at the gate, we hiked in, and we seen a friend of ours truck there, Mark Roberts. So we're like, hey, Mark's in here. We didn't know that they were going to be there. So we start going in. Well, we found their equipment that they had stashed because they went in and to go in to try to reproduce the photo that Mark has of a dog man that he took. And so he went in with climbing stuff because they had to scale a cliff and everything to go to try to do this. So they had stashed their equipment to walk into another area, and we just happened to walk right up onto the equipment. So we're standing there, and I seen this one hat, and it had desert. It was his helmet, and it had desert print camo on it. I said, "That's got to be Mark's," because you just got to know Mark.
Yeah.
So we're standing there, and lo and behold, here they come up. Mark is with Night Vision Paranormal
And the Pathfinders.
and Pathfinders. Mm-hmm. So here they come. So we're standing there and we're talking, and I'm recording this whole time we're talking. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to burn up my battery on my phone, So I turned it off, and Tricia and my wife Cindy, they had left us, and they went ahead and walked down that road. Okay, unbeknownst to me, I knew that they had went, but I didn't know where they went. So I'm standing there and I'm talking, and just out of my peripheral vision, I see movement. So I'm talking to Mark, and I'm talking to Tricia's husband, and I turn and I look straight back at Tricia's husband. I was like, what is Tricia doing walking down there in the woods by herself? Because our number one rule that we established with Monsters Unleashed, that no one goes anywhere by themselves.
Right.
Okay. So I'm like, what is Tricia doing walking down there by herself? And he's like, Tricia's not down there. She went with Cindy. They're down the road. I'm like, well, who in the hell is that? And we turn and look, and it's gone. Okay. But the time that I'd seen that, maybe 4 seconds had passed when I looked at it and I watched it and I seen it. And what registered to me is that Tricia has this habit where she wears all black.
Mm-hmm.
She had her black hoodie on, the same she's got right now.
Yeah.
She had that hoodie on, and I seen that black figure walking. So my mind told me it was Tricia because I knew Tricia was there. But then when they said, when he said they're not, they went down the road, it clicked in my mind at that point, that wasn't Tricia. It was a Sasquatch.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, I'm fiddling with my phone. If you ever record it with your phone, when the screen locks, the screen is freaking locked, okay? So when it locks, it closes your apps and all stuff. So I'm trying to get my video recorder back up so I can start filming again. And we take off running down there. There's 3 of us, and we're running to the woods. And I get my camera to start recording as we're reaching the wood line. And so Mark, he runs up ahead of me on top of the ridge. He goes in, I go in directly into where I seen it. Because we got this thing, we bum rush it. We bum rush it. It might not be a smart thing to do, but we do it. So we're running in there, and I'm talking, and I'm like, it was right here. I seen it right here. So Mark, he's coming in. He picks up on this thing at the top of that ridge, there's briar thickets and stuff like that. He's got audio of this thing it's crashing through all of that to go down into the next hollow. So we didn't see it, but he heard it. He heard it plain as day. If he was here, he would tell you he heard it. So this is where Mark and I split ways, because he's got to go and catch up with the rest of his team. He wants to stay with us, but they're already at the car waiting on him, and they don't know nothing about this. So I sent Trisha's husband to Trisha and them because it was heading directly towards them. Okay. And I honestly believe that this thing seen Trisha and my wife going that way, and it was walking through the woods right there, paralleling them to watch them.
Yeah,
And
noises down there too where we were at, because I came across the radio. I'm like, there's something walking down here. We're getting all these noises. So like when he tells me it's heading our way, I tell Cindy, I'm like, hey, you need to look this direction, put your back against my back. You cover left and right and in front of you, and I'll cover my left and right and in front of me, and just keep our eyes open and listen. And there was movement. There was noises like all around us.
So it was a big ravine that it went into, and I'm on the road, and I'm paralleling it. I'm walking right with it, and I can hear it down in there. And so at one point I stop, and I think I see something black by this tree, and I'm trying to get my phone to zoom in on it, but you're limited to how much these things will zoom.
Right.
Okay. And this was the only camera that I had that day. So I couldn't get it. By the time I zoomed in, I just couldn't get in far enough because it was so far down in there, and I lost it, and I didn't see it anymore. Well, at this point, I didn't hear it anymore. But at that point, Trisha and my wife caught the odor.
Oh.
They caught the odor. And Trisha, you can explain what the odor was like to you.
Oh man, it smelled like I was like standing in sewage. Like it was really nasty. It made me nauseous. I had Mentos. I popped 4 Mentos in my mouth to kind of take some of the nausea away. And it was like sewage, like something wet with sewage and like a metallic smell. I come across the radio, and I told my dad, I was like, Dad, like I'm getting nauseous. I said, I'm smelling that smell like really strong. So I asked Cindy, I said, are you smelling anything? She goes, yeah, I'm smelling like pumpkin spice. And I'm like, well, I'm not smelling that. Yeah, like I'm not smelling that. I wish I was smelling that, but I'm not. And I'm getting nauseous, and then like I hear movement and something moving on the other side of Cindy in the ridge, and it's the same little holler that he originally saw the movement at, and it was headed towards us. So I immediately just get this bad vibe, and I start saying a prayer. Like I'm recording, and I'm praying in the video, like, oh, like this thing's getting really close to us, and it's just me and Cindy down here. We don't have anything on us to protect us right now, because the people that are carrying are way up the road. And what am I going to do if this thing just rushes out at us? So I just immediately start saying a prayer, and then like that negative energy I was sensing just kind of vanishes. It just goes away. So then, my dad makes it down there, and he goes, because I'm on the radio telling him what I'm experiencing. He goes, no, save it for when I get down there. I want to document it.
Right.
And he came down, and I told him what I was experiencing. And we continued walking up the road, and my husband, he just vanished. He done took off in the woods by himself, no radio. He's new to all of this. We're trying to teach him, and he just don't care. He just goes off in the woods, no radio, no weapon, no nothing, just goes off. So we're like looking for him, and finally we spot him in the woods to see that he's okay. And my dad can continue the rest because he's the one that discovered what happens next.
So like we walk around there just looking. We probably burnt 20 minutes. Okay, at this point, just looking around. We're working our way down this road, and we get to where the road forks. And we needed to go down to the left to go to where we needed to go. So we started into there. We didn't make it very far because my whole thing is when I'm in the woods and I'm doing my stuff, I walk 25, 30 feet and then I pan around. If you watch any of our videos, you will see that's how I do things. It's not because I can't walk any farther. I do that to shock movement. Okay. And so I'm walking, and at the same time, Trisha is right behind me, right to my right. And at the same time, we both said, "I see something on the ridge moving." It was on the ridge above us because the holler that comes down. Well, I'm sorry, I've got my hands on the other side of the camera. The holler that the ridge that comes down through there that it was in butts up to that road when that road cuts off. Okay, so it dead ends on that. So the only thing that we can figure is that it come through that holler, it crossed that road down below us and went on top of this ridge. So like we both at the same time, we're like, I just seen something move up there. So at this point, I've got my phone and I start walking sideways and I'm zoomed in on that area and I'm looking and trying to zoom with my camera to see if I can pick up on it. And I seen it move by this tree. So at this point, I'm trying to walk parallel and I'm sidestepping. I'm trying to get down close enough because how the road went in, it got closer to where it was at as you went in. So I get down closer to it and I'm at full zoom on my camera and I'm looking, and we have a video of this and it's on our channel. I'm looking and all of a sudden I see this head peek out from around the tree. It just peeks out from around the tree. Trisha's seen it too. I got it on video. And the funny thing is on the video, and when I see it, there's two little twigs like an X like this, and its head is right in between it. Where it's so it's like X marks the spot. And trust me, I mean it was just coincidence that it came out that way. So I'm watching it, and I start to step a little bit further, not that far, maybe 2 foot. I step over and its head turns. It's watching me. And you can see it. You have to watch it really good because it happens so fast when it turns its head, like this in the video. Now, what's weird about this, okay, is that we're staring at a Bigfoot. He's 75 yards from us. We know what it is. Okay. Trisha and I at the very same time. You know how you say something, you're with somebody and you say the same thing at the same time. You look at them and say, "You owe me a Coke." You know, that's the thing. At the same time, Lyndon, we both says it's time for us to leave. At the same time.
Yeah.
So we left. We left. We didn't take it any further. And I hate that we didn't. We wasn't armed. We wasn't armed. But I didn't feel that I was in danger. But I believe this thing told us it was time for us to go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the funny thing of it is, on that video, I don't know, it didn't really show a whole lot on our video, but while I was there, I seen a tree structure. There's this huge tree. It's really tall. It's probably 175 foot tall. It's huge, massive. Up in that tree, there are trees that are bigger around, tree limbs that are bigger around than a 5-gallon bucket. Up in that tree, it looks like a freaking condor, like a freaking pterodactyl nest is what it looks like.
Holy shit.
up in this tree. Now, this tree was alive, but all of those limbs that were up there had dead leaves on the branches of it. Okay? There was another tree. Bless you.
I don't know where that came from.
Another huge tree that looks like it was pushed over and it was touching that tree. So it would be very easy for something to climb that to walk right up that and get up into that structure. Now we didn't investigate it any further. We didn't make it into that area because we had a week in there. Okay, that's all we had. It was originally supposed to be 3 days, and I tried to leave after the third day. I tried to leave. We got up that next morning. We packed up all of our stuff. We loaded our car. We told Patricia, let's go and get something to eat, and we're going, okay? We had checked in. Tricia lives on the military base there. We had only checked in for 3 days on the base. We went to KFC and got something to eat. And I told Tricia at KFC, I said, I can't leave. Something's telling me I'm missing something. Now, this was before we seen this Bigfoot. It was the day before. Something's telling me that we're missing something. And I thought, I'm like, well, I really don't have to leave because I still had a couple more days off. I said, I really don't have to leave. So I looked at my wife and I said, we're going to stay. We're going to stay 2 more days. And it put me in a really tight spot because I had to work that Monday.
Right.
And it was going to put us driving, all day Saturday because it's almost 9 hours to my house. And but I stayed. So we set up 2 more days, and on the 4th day we seen this Bigfoot. Now, what's weird about this whole thing is, and the whole thing about Monsters Unleashed, we don't have time for me to tell you my story. Okay, if you want to get my story, we'll book it again for another day, and I'll tell you what got me going in all this. But I will say this, that throughout my life, I've been surrounded by death and despair. Okay. And throughout Patricia's adult life, she has been surrounded by death and despair. Patricia is a cancer survivor. She survived Hodgkin's lymphoma. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
You can't really tell. Patricia has places on her face and stuff, but 18% of Patricia's body was burnt, 3rd and 4th degree burns.
Oh my God.
It's burnt really bad.
I have a shirt under this, but I'll show you because I'm not ashamed of it. It's something that I look at, and it makes me who I am today. It's made me stronger. It's made me more independent. It's made me fearless. But I don't know if you can see it, but my burnt. And so yeah, I've definitely had a lot of trauma and a lot of death, a lot.
Now, it's been said that these things feed on fear and despair. If you're in the woods and you're scared. If you're in the woods and you're scared, they feed off of that. They tell you if you run up on this creature, don't show fear, don't run.
Right.
It feeds off of that. It feeds off of that. So we were in there for 5 days. Okay. What if I was to tell you all 5 days we had an encounter of some sort? With photographic evidence.
That's pretty incredible.
And this was our first real expedition as a team. Okay. Not that we didn't know what we were getting into or what we were doing, because I've done things like this for a long time.
Right.
But every day that we were in there, we had some kind of contact, and we have photographic evidence and stuff. If you've watched our show, we're happy to show Ed at any point. We have photos of a dog man in a tree that was taken at about 65 yards. My wife took the picture. It's a very, very convincing photo of a dog man. I mean, you can look at it and see all the features. I don't have the picture with us today, but we showed it. Had contact with the Sasquatch in Martin Grove's attack site. Now we name our creatures. The dog man that we got, the first photo of the dog man, we named it Ed, because it was taken in Jones Creek below Ed Downs Cemetery. So we named it Ed. The Sasquatch that we got photos of, and we have that on our show too, and we have it in our video, in one of our videos. The Sasquatch that we got in Martin Grove's attack site, we named it Bones, because when we were in that area, all we found was bones. The first thing that was found when we stepped out of our Jeep and walked into the woods, Mark Roberts found a 11-point buck skull with the horns. Only the skull. There were no other bones that were present with it. It was only the head.
Wow.
Hog bones and all this stuff. In one of my videos, we had Ethan Oates on our show last week, and he commented about our video, the second day video that we had that was taken in the attack site. In the attack site. That video has 7,000 views on it right now.
Wow.
We have at this moment we have 426 subscribers, but we have 7,000 views on that one video, and that's pretty big for us. It's not big for some of these other YouTubers, but for us to have a video with 7,000 views, we're astonished over it.
Right.
We feel that there's something in that video that we're missing. We really do. We've watched it, I don't know how many times. But Ethan Oates commented on it on our show, and he told us he was watching me. I mean, most of the video was me filming it, because at that time, Trisha wasn't really filming a whole lot. She was getting, hit and miss with this stuff, and it has some of her stuff in it too. But I walked up, I broke the rules. And I went by myself.
He did.
With the team, we split at this dry creek bed. Everybody went up to the right, and I seen a game trail. Okay, so Gwendolyn, you say that you researching the Alleghenies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you see a game trail, what's on the game trail? Food, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just gave it another meal. Here I go up this game trail beside this creek bed. And I say in my video, I said, I'm following this game trail. It's a food source. I said, I guess I'm a food source now. So I get up so far, and the further I get in there, I've got this feeling, and it shows in my video that I really start getting uneasy. And I've got this feeling, but I keep pushing. I'm going up in there. And we only had so long that day because we were going to do an interview with another gentleman. And so we couldn't stay in there a long time. So I get up to this one point, and there's a tree across the path. And it's perfect for me to rest my camera on and just, I got a steady shot. And so I'm panning around and everything. Yeah, I got fussed at for breaking the rules. That's my wife. That's right there.
She's allowed to fuss at you then.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She is. So I get up in there in this down tree, and what gets me is that I recognize that I am in a ambush site. Okay, I can't get out of here. There's no way I can run from here. But running from where I was at, it was so rough. There was no way I could run if something got after me. Okay. Right. And I say that in the video too. But so I'm there, and I start getting knocks. And when I'm in the woods, all of us do now. Trisha's got one. I wear what they call a miracle earpiece. Okay, if you don't have one, get you one, Gwendolyn, because they will change the game for you.
I don't have one, and I've thought about it a lot.
So I normally wear it in my right ear because my strongest hearing is in my right ear. So I wear it in there, and I wear my headset piece for my radio in my left ear because we have ham radios, but we don't broadcast our radios in the woods.
Right.
Okay, we wear earpieces. So I can talk, I can press the button and I can talk, So we're talking to them and I'm hearing knocks and I'm calling it out on radio. Hey, I just got a knock that was probably 75 yards up behind me. And it was a powerful knock. It wasn't a woodpecker knock. This was a powerful, like somebody took a Louisville Slugger and hit a home run at the World Series.
Wow.
And so I'm hearing that and I'm asking if they hear it and they don't hear it from where they're at. Okay. So I have them to give me 3 knocks and we've got it on the video. So my son-in-law, he gives me 3 knocks on the tree and you can faintly hear their knocks on the video. And I said that was Trisha and them giving me, my knocks and stuff. So nobody, thinks that it's something. And so I'm standing there and I'm like, I hear another knock, but this one is closer. And I'm like, did you hear that knock? And they're like, no, we didn't hear it. And as soon as I do that, you hear this one, it knocks and it's 30 feet from me. It's at least no more than 30 feet from me. And it's loud. And I'm like, well, did you hear that one? I said, that one was 30 feet, behind me. So I turn and at this point, I'm uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. I'm on the threshold of being scared. Okay. Because I am in an ambush site that I can't get out of very fast.
Right.
I'm a fat guy. If I don't run, if you see me running, you better run too because something's after me.
Right.
But so I'm there and I put my camera in selfie mode. And I've got it on a selfie stick and I'm looking at the video, of me as I'm walking. I'm looking behind my shoulder and I'm recording it. And I tell everybody I got in selfie mode so I can see what's behind me. And I walk and I stop and I'm talking to the camera this whole time. And so I didn't see anything else. Okay. And I didn't hear any more knocks. And we found our way out. We got our way out. We did get some footprints in there. And we got some footprints that were 18 inches.
Wow.
But they had a 72-inch stride to them. Okay. And it wasn't just one footprint. There was like 3 footprints, but they were 72 inches apart.
That's big.
So that's a 4-foot stride. You know what I mean? And so we got those and we get out of there. Well, that evening when we make it back to Trisha's house, I send Rob Effler, which is with NCI.
Right.
I send him that video clip of me walking in the selfie mode. Rob calls me. He said, Mike, you have movement over your left shoulder in the video. Boom. There goes Trisha running straight back to the computer. She's going to her garage where she had her computer to look at this video. I'm still on the phone with Rob because if you've ever talked to Rob on the phone, it's hard to get off the phone with Rob. And so I hear it. There it is. We got it. There it is. So we go back there and we look on the video. Now, mind you, we posted our video. Okay. We don't post all of our findings.
Right.
When I posted the video on YouTube, it didn't have this part in it. So if you watch the video, you can see there's a lapse there. There's a time difference. We didn't post that. Why we didn't post that is because I didn't feel that I didn't want to be mocked. Okay. I didn't want to be mocked. I didn't want to take the criticism from people who that was nothing. That was probably a squirrel, because that's how people do you.
Yeah.
So, but we have the video, and we're going to play the video. Okay, we're going to play the video. It's going to be on our channel very soon. We are saving up what we have to release it in one big push. Okay.
Nice.
So next week we're going to show some of our photo evidence of things that we haven't even talked about on our show. Nobody knows anything about it. We've got some impressive stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah, very. I mean, we've got something now that's actually caused me to have a lot of anxiety about wanting to put out. So
yeah.
And that's going to be talked about down there at the
Golden Pond.
thing.
If you listen, I'll tell this to your audience right now. If you're watching this on February the 7th at the Golden Pond Distillery in what's the name of that little town? Cadiz, Kentucky. If you come to that, you're going to see something that's going to change your life, because it's changed ours. And it's very good. I'm going to leave it at there. But listen, if you don't come there to see it, you'll never see it. Once it's shown there, it's never going to be shown again. You're not going to find it on our show. You're not going to find it in a magazine. You're not going to find it on anybody else's show. This evidence is going to be put away and kept put away, because it's enough that it can hurt somebody. We'll just put it at that. But back to that video. In that video, I will say that we did find movement. It appears to be a foot that moves in that video.
Oh wow!
You don't. We have a photo. We've showed the photo on our show. We've showed the photo, and what it appears to be is a Sasquatch that's in behind the leaves, the branches and stuff beside this tree, and it kind of looks like it's cloaked. It blends in, but you can still see its outline. Okay.
Oh, wow.
But in that video, you can see its foot move. It moves its foot. Now, what's funny about this is that I've talked about it on our show, but I don't think a lot of people has put it all together. I've showed that photo, and then I've showed the photo of Bones, the Sasquatch that we got there. Now, my wife, Cindy, she's in the chat. When she was up there on the right-hand side of that holler and they were coming out, her main job is to take photos. She's got a big Nikon camera with a big lens and all that stuff, and she takes photos. That's all she does. She doesn't video anything. She takes photos. She takes photos because she's seen me down in there at holler coming out of that holler. At this time, I've got my phone in selfie mode, and I'm scared shitless. And I'm recording this and everything. In this photo, you can see this big tree, and beside this big tree is a huge, it appears to be around 8 foot tall. I mean, I have nothing to gauge it by, but from my eyes and standing a piece of plywood up, it looks to be about 8 foot tall. And it's a perfect outline of a Sasquatch with a dome-shaped head. It's not a tree trunk. There's no damn branches sticking out. You can see arms. You can see legs. It's the Sasquatch that's knocked on that tree that was 30 foot from me. We have another photo of it where it looks like it is camouflaged, but you can still see its outline. But from her point of view, it didn't know somebody was behind it. Okay? She had been up there. She'd been quiet as a mouse. We've got on the video. We have her sitting on a log, just sitting there snapping pictures. You know, being quiet, and it was focused on me, and it wasn't showing itself to me, but it wasn't protecting its back.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't protecting its back, and we have that photo, but people call these photos blob squatches.
Oh.
Because it wasn't 5 foot in front of you and you didn't have a $4,000 camera to snap a picture of it, they don't take it serious. Okay. I mean, you've heard the blob squatches and all this stuff, you know.
Yep.
This is a good photo. Okay. When you're in the woods and you're doing investigations and all this stuff, you're in there and you've got some decent equipment. But unfortunately, you get in the woods, and the woods is a lot shadier than other places. Okay, yep. Cameras don't take good photos in dark, not well lit areas. No. That's why if you go to get pictures done, family portraits, or whatever, you go into a studio and they've got lights everywhere.
Yep.
Because in order to get a good picture, you have to have proper lighting. Okay. And you can either have too much lighting and it'll blow your photo out, or you can have not enough light and it makes your photo grainy and dark and looks blurred. Okay. I have since spent several thousands of dollars on equipment. I've been buying it like Johnny.
Easy to do. Okay. It is very easy to do.
So we have thermal, we have infrared night vision. Mm-hmm. We don't have military spec night vision or anything like that, but we do have some very good cameras that take very good video at nighttime with the infrared light.
Right.
I'll compare it to what Hellbent Holler has. You've seen some of their night stream videos and stuff. You see the quality of theirs. You can compare ours to theirs. Okay. And to be completely honest with you, I follow Hellbent Holler on YouTube. I watch every one of their videos. And just so happened I seen a close-up of Joe one day that had his camera on his chest at night. Jessie was recording him, and the name of the camera was visible. So I went and bought those damn cameras.
He did. He called me.
I went and bought those cameras. But I mean, because the thing of it is, Gwendolyn, not a lot of people that do what we do share their little secrets of the trade.
No, they don't.
Because if you don't realize it, this is one of the most cutthroat businesses there is out there.
You're not kidding.
Because nobody wants the other person to have what they have.
Nope.
If people would work together, if they would just pool their resources and work together, Bigfoot, we'd have a freaking 4K image of Bigfoot.
Absolutely.
We really would. But people work against each other, and they spread rumors about each other because they want to destroy the other person's credibility.
Right.
Okay. You're not going to find that in Monsters Unleashed. You're not going to find that.
Yeah, we don't do that either.
No.
Yeah.
It's insane. Why? Like, what's the point of doing it? Like,
because everybody wants the fame of finding Bigfoot themselves. Nobody wants.
Like, it shouldn't the center focus of this be like, we want to prove that these things exist. We want to prove that the government is lying to us. Well, okay, then let's team up together and do this.
Absolutely.
With all of us doing it and pushing this all out there, then government ain't going to do shit to us.
Right.
Not with everybody working together to do it.
I have a vision of sooner or later forming something that could be beautiful for this field. I want to form the monster organization where you have not only one team doing this, but you have 50 teams doing this together.
Yes. And
sharing their resources and pulling stuff together, because I've been on shows where these guys have great evidence. But you know what? That evidence sits on a USB drive hidden someplace in the filing cabinet in their house.
Yep.
People are scared to share information.
Absolutely,
Okay.
because the ridicule you get is ridiculous.
Yeah, and plus they're scared about government ties too. Okay, and I told Tricia this today, and I told her this yesterday, because Tricia said that she had some anxiety about this what she has uncovered. Okay, we are safer by putting it out to the public
Yep.
than we are by keeping it to ourselves. If we keep it to ourselves, no one will ever see it.
Nope.
If they walk into our house and pull our computers and cameras and every piece of equipment we have, guess what? They got our information. Yep. No one's ever going to see it. You can never prove that it was real. And I just, we're in the business. We went into this business to put forward what we find to the public, and we're going to. Okay. We've chose to do it at that one place and at that one place only. That's because we're going to have a big enough audience there that if we show it, it can never be swept under the rug.
Right.
Okay. And mind you, what we have is not 4K. I'm going to tell you this right now, because as I said earlier, you're a victim to your light source.
Yes, definitely.
But by God, I'll tell you this. You're not going to debunk it. Mm-mm. You're not going to debunk it. That's our thing. We preach it. And if Andy's still in the chat, he'll tell you he's one of our team members. Cindy's in here. She'll tell you if we get a picture of something, we'll work 2 weeks on trying to debunk it.
Yep.
We will go in there. We will take pictures of every angle possible. I don't know Tricia, how many times y'all been up in that one place taking pictures of that one photo that we haven't showed yet, by the way?
Four times.
Four times.
It sparked an argument between me and my dad, because it's like a assembly line, like we'll pass the evidence down and we'll all come together and talk about it.
Right.
And like I've reviewed it and I've reviewed it with the other team, and like I'm seeing the differences. And at first he didn't, and then we took that fourth picture and he goes, "Hold up, wait a minute, I see what you're saying now." So we've been in that one area.
I am very, very, very skeptical of things. Okay, I see it like the guy that's hiding in the chat, sitting there talking trash about us right now. Okay, I see it his way. Oh, that's not real. No, that can't be real. That's not real. I don't believe that. And Tricia will tell you, and it causes a lot of tension between us, because like I'm the end of the line here. Okay, and when they bring it to me, they're already for sure it's what it is. But I'm like, well, that's not enough proof for me.
Right.
And you have to be that way about your evidence.
Absolutely.
Because you can't just throw something out there that was a freaking tree limb and you think it was a dog man.
Oh.
You can't just throw that out there, because that makes you look like a complete idiot.
Yep.
And no one takes you seriously that way.
Right.
Okay. And guys, I know I'm here on Gwendolyn's show, and I'm telling the secrets and the tricks of the trade and stuff like that. But you know what? This is what you guys really need to know. You need to understand what it's like to be an investigator. Okay?
Absolutely.
People watch our videos, and you got the skeptics, and you're going to have the skeptics. And you know what? I invite the skeptics to look at what we have. And I welcome you, because without the skeptics, people will just post any old crap out there that they wanted to post.
Oh,
and a lot of people do. Okay. I will openly say this right now, and I'm not trash talking anyone, but I am not going to be mountain monsters. If you get what I'm saying. I'm going to, it's either going to be real or it's not going to be at all.
Yeah.
And I don't want that reputation of doing this just for money. We don't make a dime.
I love that everybody thinks we get rich doing this. And I'm like, I wish. I'm waiting for the checks to come in the mail because I've spent way more money on equipment and trips and going to here and going to there than I'm ever going to make back. So,
Yeah.
I spent $600 to replace parts on my Jeep because of the wear and tear that I'm putting on my Jeep because I'm in there every weekend. Every weekend. You know, I leave my house at like 6:45 in the morning, go to the LBL, and I don't come out of there till 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. But I mean, I just saw a comment from Tim about he just wants people to know what's in the woods, and that's how I feel. I feel like that's why I do it. I want to make people aware. Also want to expose them, but I want to make people aware of these things because you've got families going into some of these areas like the LBL camping with their kids, and these creatures are everywhere in there. And I don't really think it's the Sasquatch that's dangerous, but these dog men, they're dangerous. They are dangerous. And people need to know about them, about what to look for, about what to do if there's one in eyesight of them. And that's why I do it. I want to make awareness.
There are deaths that happen all the time in the woods, and they are deemed by unknown animal. Okay.
oh, geez.
What kind of animal do you think killed these people, chat? Do you think it was a ferret? I mean, yeah, possibly a bear. But mind you, I'm 51 years old. I've been hunting in the woods by myself since I was 12. I grew up in a different age. I grew up in an age where your dad just gave you the gun and said, go on up there and shoot you something.
Yeah.
And I did it from the age of 12. I lived in the Appalachian Mountains in a little town. We lived on a dirt road. Neighbors, we had 5 miles one way and 7 miles the other way to the nearest neighbor. We were the only house. So I've been in the woods. I've been subjected to the Sasquatch. I've been subjected to all this stuff. I lived in a graveyard. Our house was in a cemetery. We had a cemetery. My backyard, I played in a cemetery. And behind my house, there was a cemetery. I mean, so the death, I've been around all of this stuff. You haven't lived until you've laid down and played Matchbox cars on a tombstone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, things like this stick to you your whole life. Okay. And these creatures feel this. They are sensitive to this. Okay. And it makes them curious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now they say if you have an M in the palm of your hand, then you're gifted. Okay. They say that. If we have M's in the palm of my hands, all of my children have M's in the palm of their hands. Now, a lot of people that we've talked to have M's in the palm of their hands. I have an M in the palm of my hand with a pentagram in it. And that's the truth. I mean, this lighting blows it out. You can't see it. I'll show you. You can see the M in my hand.
Yeah.
Right here at the bottom of it is a freaking pentagram.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean that I'm evil or I'm a devil worshiper or anything like that. I feel that I'm marked.
Yeah.
Okay. Patricia feels that she's marked. We both feel that these creatures are attracted to us. Okay. Now, Mark Roberts, I don't know if he's in our chat, in your chat, or anything like that. And I don't mean to keep throwing his name out there, but Mark is a really good friend of ours.
Yeah.
And Mark was in there all 5 days with us in the LBL. And so he can attest to what we said, that we had freaking encounters every day that we were in there.
That's incredible.
And my whole thing of it was, by the time we were ready to leave there, I told Trisha, I said, how in the hell do people come in here and don't have a Bigfoot on a leash, in their yard for the CNN to take pictures of it? Because it is so freaking busy in there. with these creatures. I don't know how people haven't already drugged one out of there. I really don't. Or is it just us? I'm not saying we're special, but there's other people like us that go in there and they're having these encounters. But do you hear about it? For every one Bigfoot sighting that's reported, there's probably 35 other ones that didn't get reported.
Right.
Okay. People are scared to step up and say something.
Absolutely.
Because of ridicule. And I'll say this right now, chat, shame on you. These people believe what they believe. They believe what they have. And if this person shows this picture and they believe it's a Sasquatch, give them the benefit of the doubt. Unless you can look at it and see that it's a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Because we have seen these things. And we may have found something on a video tonight that I really feel is really freaking weird. Okay? That they're shining the light and it's projecting the shadow and there's nothing there to project the shadow.
Right.
There's a freaking shadow outline of what looks to be a creature when they shine the flashlight. And the thing about it is when they move the flashlight, the damn shadow is still there momentarily. But it's a shadow at that. So, I mean, you know, some people have really good evidence, but they're afraid to show it because people rip them apart when they do. And Patricia is victim to that.
Mm-hmm.
When Patricia got her first Sasquatch photo, which is from the 4 people that we have been on shows to show it to, their minds are blown because they said that that's the best. Well, the gentleman, what's his name in West Virginia, Patricia?
Les.
Oh,
Les.
yeah.
Les says that was probably the best photographic evidence of a Sasquatch to ever come out of West Virginia.
Wow.
We had it.
At that time, I didn't even know what the hell I was really looking at. I just saw it, had an iPhone 7, and took a picture, and then I had to like zoom in from the picture that I originally took and got it and posted in the BFRO and talked to my dad about it. And next thing you know, my messenger's blowing up with people. Les, and there was a few other ones, but I can't remember their names since back in 2021. But like I don't say my work is good because I'm no better than anybody else and nobody's any better than me.
That's
but
right.
I know that I do go out with an open mind and I bust my ass on finding patterns and the behaviors of these creatures, every creature. And I get ridiculed a lot and I get put down a lot. And I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, you know, and because you know how some men are, they're like, she's a woman. She ain't doing it right. No, the dedication I have and what I do, it's a lot. I mean, I've been physically injured by a creature. You know, I fell a couple weeks ago and tore up my back in the LBL. I fell off an embankment, you know, and I'm still out there sore, trying to find evidence, and not just evidence, finding behavioral patterns, you know, finding, okay, I've got this, and this going on in this one location. Now let's go see where they're coming from. How are they traveling? Where are they traveling from? And I'm going to be honest, I'm exhausted. It's very exhausting.
It is exhausting.
And
you know what is exhausting, Gwendolyn? When you spend 16 hours every weekend, 16 hours a day in the woods trying to do this. You know who does that? Trisha. I'm going to be honest with you. Out of everybody that I've met so far, I don't know another woman in this field that puts that kind of time and commitment into it.
Don't brag. I don't like people bragging.
She doesn't like for nobody to brag. She doesn't like for us to say that, but she does it. Okay?
I mean,
she does it.
It makes me feel like I'm being put on this higher pedestal than anybody else, and I don't like feeling that way because, like I said, I'm no better than anybody. Okay,
Right.
But you,
we're doing the same work, and I just happen to have extra time to be in the woods because, I've been through so much and so much trauma and PTSD that I needed to find something to help channel it.
Yes.
And this is what I
it's
do.
it is her therapy.
Absolutely.
Okay,
It is.
it's her. It is my therapy too. Okay, when I'm in the woods, I feel like I'm at home because I was raised in the woods. I was like one of those wild kids. You're like a little Appalachian Tarzan when I was a kid. You know, you had this little. No, I'm serious, Glenda. You had this little chunky boy swinging off of grapevines and diving into the water because that's what we did. We'd find us a grapevine on the riverbank and we'd tug on it. And if it was solid, the next thing we did was running backwards and taking us a swing because that's what we did.
You're being serious. I thought you were joking. You made this terrible image pop up in my head.
Yeah. You would get a little chunky boy that was pudgy in his underwear, swinging off from a grapevine and splashing into the water. Because that's what we did. That's what we did. And guess what, Glenda? I couldn't swim.
I still can't swim.
I couldn't swim, but I never drowned. I'm right here today.
Right.
You know? And that's just how we grew up. I don't know how I made it out alive. I honestly don't. Look, I mean, I heard a comedian one time talking about, when he was a kid growing up, that the damn dashboards on the car were steel and they didn't have seat belts. You know? But here he is telling this story. And now you've got airbags and seat belts and all this stuff and kids strapped in car seats. And guess what? They still don't make it.
Right.
Okay. We are a different breed of people. We really are. And the funny thing with this is your first show back. You've been gone for a while. And now you are having Monsters Unleashed, sitting here laying it all down on the line. Mm-hmm. Okay. Because one thing you'll find about us is that we speak the truth and we speak our mind about things.
Yeah.
If we feel that we've been unjustly ridiculed or something like that, you better believe you're going to hear it from us.
Absolutely.
We're going to tell you because I come from the world of FOFA.
Yes.
And that's how and look, me, Tricia will tell you have to take me 1 teaspoon at a time because sometimes I come across you wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I love to mess with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay. I'm like the Donald Trump of rednecks. If I tell you something, you better, if you piss me off and I tell you that's okay. You better be watching because I'm coming behind you. I'm going to do something.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to play games with people. We're doing this. We're doing this before the people that are sitting in your chat right now.
Yep.
We're doing what we do for you people.
Yep.
Okay. We're not making any money from it. I got 426 subscribers on YouTube. I promise you, there's no checks coming in from YouTube.
No.
Okay.
No.
It cost me, Tricia will tell you, it cost me $100 a month to produce my show.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's coming out of my wallet. Okay. Nonetheless, the gas money to go on these trips, the money for the equipment, and you want good equipment. So I just went and spent almost $600 on a drone.
You too?
Yeah.
I did too.
It'll fly 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
It'll fly 2 miles on one charge. I can fly 2 miles on one battery. Okay. So I can, throughout the day, the 3 batteries that I got with it, I got 6 miles that I can travel in the circle. I can cover a lot of area with this drone.
Yep.
And I bought that for the people that are sitting in this chat right now. I didn't buy it from me. I don't go out there in my yard and sit and play with it.
No.
It's for our business.
Yep.
And DJI cameras and DJI cameras and DJI gimbals for our phones and all that stuff, and thermal devices, and I mean night vision and all this stuff. This shit is expensive.
Yeah, it is not cheap. Not
but
cheap.
you know what? We put together a little store, okay, to try to sell some merchandise to try to help us. Ain't got a single sale on it. Ain't got a single sale. Nobody wants it. I don't know why. It's really nice stuff. I mean, it really is. It's we got some nice merchandise out there, but and we only designed the good stuff that we thought people would want, but there ain't a single sale on it. And I'm not telling anybody to go in here and buy our stuff. Okay, please don't go and buy our stuff, because I don't want you. I don't want to throw a guilt trip out there. But if people would support people a little bit more,
yes,
you would get better. You would get better content.
Absolutely.
Okay. So guys, if you see one of my videos and it's got a really shitty quality to it, it's your own damn fault because you didn't buy a baseball cap so I could buy a good camera. Okay?
I'm gonna start using that too.
That's him messing with people right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking to him about that today. I was like, Dad, because me, I'm more, I don't like confrontation unless I have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to be level-headed about everything. But once you break through that boundary,
it's on.
It's on.
Yep, it's on.
A girl from Southern West Virginia, you better watch out. Okay.
Yeah.
My grandmother taught me how to raise a cast iron skillet hot and whack. I ain't know to do it. But I'm not that way. But I was, talking to him today. I'm like, Dad, when we bring some of these people on, you should probably just not mess with them so much and just reword how you say certain things. And he's just like,
nah.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, he's saying yeah, but he ain't going to do it. He's going to continue messing with them. Yep. So I'll go behind the scenes and be like, hey, he's just messing with you. Okay?
Yeah, Cindy there just made a thing. All the gassing time that the field crews have in these trips.
Yep.
Okay. Now Andy and his wife, they come out to all these things with Trisha. Never once have we ever give them gas money. Okay. The truth of the matter is we barely got gas money for ourselves.
Right.
Yeah.
But they do it. And then when they come and they go on these night things, Andy and them bring a bunch of wood so they can have a campfire. They normally bring hot dogs and stuff like that. Because they cook hot dogs in the LBL because they have this sense that maybe Martin Groves will smell them and come over and say hi to them.
Yeah, that was so nice.
Is that all it takes is hot dogs?
Yeah, Martin Groves loves hot dogs. It's not a
in the future.
He loves his hot dogs. You feed that man some hot dogs, you'll get anything out of.
Yeah, if you come to Golden Pond, if you come to Golden Pond next month, get out of your car, open a pack of hot dogs, and just wave one in the air like this, and you'll see Martin with his nose up in the air sniffing you out.
He loves
because he likes his hot dogs. He really does. Martin, we love you if you're seeing this. Okay.
I love Martin too. Martin's awesome.
He is. He's like the kindest man I've ever met. He's like, sorry, Dad, but he's my new dad. Like he just took me under his wing the first time I met him. We got really personal with, some of things that happened to me in my life. And I love him and I think the world of him. Mm-hmm. And he's a really good guy. Really, really good guy.
But like I said, the videos that we put out, Gwendolyn, we try our best with them. By no means are we professional video editors. And if there is someone out there that is a professional video editor that would like to take on the task of producing some of this content that we have, putting it out there, we welcome you. Come hit us up. Please. Because I would love to have somebody that knows what in the hell they're doing.
Right.
Because I don't have a clue. Okay. I put together what we got. I have spent money on video editing software, and it's you know, back in the day, you had really good Dreamweaver software and stuff like that. You could do videos. You just bought that software and you were good. But nowadays, guys, you buy the damn software and you get it and you open it up, and then it has premium.
Yep.
They want you to buy a subscription once you bought the software.
Yep.
So you can get the good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got the money for all that. I got a family. I have six children total, but I have 4 children at home, a wife, 3 dogs, and 3 cats, and some turkeys. Okay, and I have to take care of all of that, and plus Run Monsters Unleashed, and you know, these people on TV, you watch their TV shows, they're paid actors.
Yep.
We're not paid. No. We do this because we want to do it for people.
Yep.
And in no way is this for Jerry's Kids video. We're trying to raise money for PBS or anything like that. We're not asking for money. I don't want your money. Okay, don't send it to me if you really want to give it to us. We're not asking for no handouts. We don't want no handouts. We just want to go in the woods and find a Bigfoot or a dog man and show it to you.
Right.
You know. And it makes it really hard. We'd like to go to a lot of really good places, but you know, I work for a living. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
True story.
I work really hard, and I only get so many days off a year, and so I have to plan my vacations. But I'm spending my vacations in the woods looking for a dog man or a Sasquatch. I'm spending that time. I'm giving that time to my viewers.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm giving it time because I'm not doing it for myself. I can tell you that right now, because I could go in the woods and not even take a camera with me.
Right.
And I'm not doing it for fame either. I don't want your fame.
No.
I don't want to be the next big Discovery Channel hit. I just want to be able to put these videos out here for our fans. You know, for the people, for your fans, you know, for your magazine. I mean, we haven't even mentioned that we're going to be in your next episode of your magazine.
I'm looking to see where I have a copy here. My office is a disaster area. This was the third copy.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to get mine, Trisha. I'm ordering you one too. But I can't wait to get it. But you know, Gwendolyn, I was thinking, I told you in the green room before the show, I said we were trying to figure out what we were going to do our next thing for your next magazine. And I believe I'm going to do it on Patricia's Bigfoot that she found in West Virginia and show the photos. And let me talk on that a little bit. I know we've been rambling on now for an hour and a half. But let me talk on it for a little bit, and I promise to shut my mouth and give Trisha time to talk and you time to talk. This photo, this photo, and if anybody follows us or follows any of the other podcasts we've been on, I've popped this photo out there. It's been on the NCI show. It's been on Bigfoots of Michigan. It's been everywhere, you know, that we have been. I throw this photo out there because I'm really proud of Trisha for getting it. Okay, and this is a father talking, because what she did when she got that photo, she really didn't know what she had. But she looked down. She was at the overlook in Grandview, West Virginia. So there's a big old state park up there. There's battlefields and all, Civil War battlefields and all that stuff. But at this overlook, it overlooks the New River. And if you look down far enough, you can see the town of Hinton, West Virginia. But it's in a big horseshoe bend. Okay, and you can see the railroad tracks, and she looks down there and she sees something moving. So she takes her phone and she zooms it in as far as she can. And we've already discussed about how far your phone, if you get your phone out and zoom it in and see how far it'll zoom. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's one of the things. Guys, take your phone out in the woods tomorrow in the dark woods and take your phone and zoom it all the way in and take a photo and see how good it looks. But she takes that phone, she zooms it all the way in, and she snaps the picture. and then like they're up on the things because they got those big binocular things you put a quarter into and you can look down and stuff. She's trying to get her phone to look at pictures on that. But so we take that photo that she's zoomed in, and then we screenshot it and we zoom it in farther, which makes it even grainier. But even with the grainy photo, you can see this thing's face. You can see its face.
Wow.
Okay. You can see its arms. The thing is setting on the ground. Okay. And I have a photo of a gorilla that I found that represents how this thing was setting. Okay. It's setting with its legs, like its legs twisted sideways, but it's setting on the ground. Okay. And it's looking up. It's watching the people that's up on the side of this mountain, the different color shirts and all that stuff. And I say that's probably what attracted it. It walked over and it sat down beside the railroad tracks. Now, Gwendolyn, have you ever seen a set of railroad tracks?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, because you're from Pennsylvania and the railroad's all over there.
Well, yeah.
So you know how wide the railroad tracks are.
Yep.
You know how wide a railroad tie is.
Yep.
Okay. And then you see the gravel spacing between each tie. Okay. Yep. Gwendolyn, do you know there's a formula to measure how big something is by a set of railroad tracks?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
When the railroad tracks are set by the railroad company, they go by a guideline. Okay. Each railroad tie has specific spacing to it. Now, mind you, it's not always correct. It depends on how old the railroad system is. But they are spaced 18 inches apart. Okay, each tie is spaced 18 inches apart. So by that, you can measure the width of something by how many ties there are in thing. Yes. Okay, then plus the width of the railroad tracks are absolute. They have to be spot on because the wheels have to roll on this, and if they're not right, the damn train will fall over and kill somebody.
Right.
Unalive somebody. I'm sorry. But anyways, so you can take that, and there's a formula to measure how big something is. Okay. We had it analyzed, and they used this formula to analyze to see how big this creature was.
Right.
Okay. So it's estimated now, and you look in the photo, you can see the railroad ties and the railroad tracks. There were 4 railroad ties to the width of this thing. Okay.
Wow.
So you have the width of a railroad tie, which is like 14 inches, 12, 14 inches, something like that. Then you have 18 inches of spacing between each one. And this damn thing, there were 4 railroad ties to make up the distance of the width of it. Okay.
Wow.
So they're saying that it was a minimum of 4 foot 2 inches wide. Okay. That's a sheet of plywood.
Yeah.
Okay. You ever walked up to a sheet of plywood? You see how wide that is? That's a sheet of plywood. Wide. And that's at its shoulders. Okay. So they take that, and they can see by that, they can measure how tall it was. Okay. So if you think that it's steady on the ground, it's steady flat on its hind end. Okay. So if you take the difference, that you figure its legs are probably as long as its torso.
Right.
Okay. So they take that distance and they double it. What they get from its setting height. It's estimated to be between 7 to 9 foot tall. Okay. Well, they said it would be between 7 to 9 foot tall, but it was estimated to be 8 foot 4 inches. Okay. And with the mass of that, taking its height versus its width and all the stuff, they can estimate roughly a weight. And they figure now when they measured a rough weight, it was a good spectrum there. It was between 600 to 900 pounds.
Wow.
Okay. And I have all this on a PDF, I have the whole thing. Now, what mind you is that this thing is in the middle of nowhere. on the side of a riverbank at a set of railroad tracks. So the first thing you see when you see this thing, man, that's got to be a gorilla. It's got to be a gorilla. Well, there's no reports of any escaped gorillas in any zoos in West Virginia.
Nope.
Okay. And gorillas are not native to North America. Okay. Well, from the sheer size alone, it's ruled out of being a human. Okay. Yep. Human, even in a costume, ain't that freaking big. So it says that it has to be what is considered to be the Appalachian Sasquatch. And that's in this report. Okay. That's the only thing that they can think that it possibly could be.
Right.
All right. Because it can't be a gorilla. It's not going to be a human. The human ain't going to be that big. Now, mind you, there could have been a human in a suit that was padded, stuff, plumb full of shit to make it that big. Okay. But did a human really walk 5 miles down the railroad tracks to sit in the horseshoe curve of this bend, to sit there and look up almost a mile up the thing to see people up the thing? That's very unlikely. Right. And I have somebody that keeps messaging me on Facebook. Give me one moment here so I can close my Facebook. I don't know if it's an emergency, what it is, but they keep blowing me the hell up.
And that's what I was about to say. The location where this was at, it would be a steep and very long hike to get down that mountain to those railroad tracks.
Yeah, or come from Hinton, and like I said, it's 5 miles down that railroad track to get to Hinton. So, it's very, very, very unlikely that it would be a person. It could happen in a perfect world. I'm just saying, if somebody was that damn dedicated or that damn retarded, and I say that word lightly, okay, but that you would have to be if you were going to go and do something like that, But anyways, we have that, and it's a really good photo. Everybody we've ever showed it to, their mind is just, it just blows their mind from it, because you can see it. If you have one inkling to know what a Sasquatch could look like, you can look at this photo and say, oh my God, this is a Sasquatch.
Yep.
It's that good. And it's really a shame that I wasn't prepared, because if I'd have been at home tonight, I'd have had all the photos and I'd have just showed them. Right. But I'm at a hotel and I'm on my laptop and I don't have all this stuff like that. But yeah, this photo is amazing. And I think that we do a thing for your magazine, and if you want to post that photo in there and stuff, and then you can get all the letters saying those guys are fakes. That's a fake photo. Because it is what it is. We're used to it. We're used to it. But you can only ridicule a person so much. It's called poking the bear, people. You reach in and you poke the bear. You pull your hand back, poke them, pull your hand back. Next thing you know, you pull back a stub. I promise you, if you've ridiculed anything that we had to say, we've showed before, come to Golden Pond. Come to Golden Pond and let you see this.
I looked it up. Golden Pond is 13 hours away from me.
That's a hell of a drive.
Especially in the winter.
Yep, I looked it up on my phone.
But Gwendolyn, I promise you, if you have the funding to do so, the trip for you would be worth it. It really would.
Yeah,
it's a very, very beautiful place. Like Tricia said, it's like 170,000 acres. It's the largest inland peninsula in the United States.
Wow.
It's got beautiful lakes, and it's just a gorgeous place. It's a damn shame it's so deadly.
And like, if you're like into history, especially like the Civil War and all that, there's these old like Civil War cemeteries that they're really spooky to see, but they're also really amazing to see. It's a gorgeous place. It just has a terrible history and a lot of creatures in it.
The dark side.
It does got a dark side, boy. It really does. And that dark side just keeps getting darker and darker. And I found that out Sunday night, real quick. So, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But
it's a bad place. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It has a really horrible history to it, and the government removed over 800 families from this area.
Oh,
okay,
geez.
Forcefully. The ones that accepted the buyout. See, the government claimed eminent domain on this area. Okay, once they've claimed eminent domain, there ain't nothing you can do about it. You lose it. You lose your property.
Yep.
The people that accepted the buyout, they got paid pennies on the dollar for what their property was worth.
Yep.
Okay, mind you, this all happened in or around 1967 or so, and so they even went to the point of they organized a meeting, okay, for all these people to come to, so they could talk about trying to keep their land and stuff. And while these people were at the meeting, they bulldozed their homes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
And for what reason?
Something to do with energy. They were building dams for, from what I've read, like an energy project. That's the way I took it. I stopped reading about that though, because it really bothered me how those people were done. It's a very sad story about that place, and so I had to stop reading about that because it really bothered me.
Well, the thing of it is, okay, the land between the lakes was known as the land between the rivers, okay, because at one time there were two rivers that come down, Kentucky River and what's that other river, Tricia? Do you know? I don't even really know. I mean, I don't remember.
Lake, it's the Barkley Lake, Lake Barkley.
Barkley, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there used to be two rivers that come down through. So the government decided, hey, we're going to dam these two rivers and build hydroelectricity plants there, and it'll produce power for the grid for the Midwest region. Okay. So, but the thing of it is, we don't believe that's the truth.
Well, of course not.
We don't believe that's the truth. So there were, what was it? 200 and how many cemeteries was it they moved, Tricia?
Oh, well, I know there's like 280 some that's listed.
That's listed, okay?
A crap ton of other cemeteries, just random areas that are not listed.
The land between the lakes is a cemetery. The whole damn place is a cemetery, okay? You'll be walking through the woods, you trip over a rock, and you're like, oh, shit, I just fell. What was that? Oh, that was a headstone.
Yeah,
because it's in the middle of the woods. It's in the middle of the woods, and there's nothing else there, but there's a damn headstone right there. And it's like cemeteries everywhere. They're all on the maps. If you look at the maps of the land between the lakes, there's cemeteries just everywhere. Okay, and they moved over 200 cemeteries. Well, I'll say that's over 200 cemeteries they moved. Okay, but they didn't move them all. There's an area in the lake that's called Cemetery Island, and when they drain the dams down, the water levels lower, headstones start popping up out of the water. Okay.
Oh my
God. Remnants of structures start popping up out of the water. But if you read into this area about all the families that were relocated and all this stuff, and because they had to build these lakes, okay, then you visit the land between the lakes. I just told you it was 170,000 acres, okay? That's still above water. So why did they move all these families if they didn't need all that property? If they only moved the people that was in the areas of the lakes, it would have been understandable, okay?
Right.
But so now they have all this. Well, what they told the community was that they were going to build this big recreation area, and it was going to have everything, camping and sporting, and I mean, just all of this stuff. So they built the lakes and they built a few campgrounds and stuff like that, right? And then they just shut it all down. I mean, you still have a few campgrounds that are open in there, but it's like they said they were going to do all this stuff, and they only did like 1/10 of what they said they were going to do.
Oh my God.
And then it went from the TVA to the Forestry Service. Okay. And now, and mind you, I'm a hunter. Okay. I've hunted all over. Every state that has wild boar in it and stuff like that, if there's abundance of it. Now, West Virginia, they have a season on wild boar. Okay. But you can kill as many as you want during that season. But in the state of Texas, they have wild boar. You can walk out your door and shoot a wild boar any damn time you want to. And it's unlimited. You can just shoot them and let them lay. And it's like that in North Carolina, too. If it's on private property or whatever, you can kill these wild boar. They want them dead because wild boar, they can have like 21 litters a year.
Jesus.
Okay? Of like 10 to 13 piglets. And so they reproduce very fast. They're like even faster than hamsters. Okay. And you know how those things reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
But in the LBL, there is an abundance of wild boar. They're everywhere. That's why you got to really be careful when you're in there hiking, because wild boars can come up and stab you with a tusk on your leg, But you can't kill them. You can't kill them. It's illegal to kill the wild boar in the LBL.
Yeah.
Now they come in and kill them. They every year, like they just had it. They come in with helicopters and they shoot them. They let the bodies lay. Okay. Now one of the things we spoke of when I went in there is that you get in there and they have these big prairies and they've got bison and elk and all this stuff on these big prairies, big huge animals. Why? What's the purpose of them being there?
Right.
What is the purpose of not letting people kill the wild boars that roam the woods and they're they flourish in there? What's the purpose? Why do they go in and kill these wild boar and just let the bodies lay? They're feeding something.
Yes.
They're feeding something. And these buffalo and all this stuff, these buffalo are in there. They know these creatures are there. Okay? They know they are there. They introduced a food source for them. Because I believe they feel that they can keep them contained in that area if they kept them well fed. Okay? And I mean, so they have a food source. They have all the food that they could possibly want. There's an abundance of deer. You never see so many deer in one place. There's an abundance of deer.
And I'm not talking about just like little does. We came out of one holler, me and my husband. This is no joke. I turned on my light bar. There were 6 pretty good sized bucks just in this one damn field. And I was like, I ain't never seen that many bucks together ever.
Right.
I mean,
Tricia took a video the other night. Said they came out of there and they seen like 3 or 4 pigs there, right? And they turn on their light bar in their Jeep and they back up to put the light on it. And I bet you there were 75 pigs there.
Holy shit.
I was just running up this damn hill. I saw one. And I was like, oh, come here, little piggy, out the window. And I'm recording it. And I told my husband, I'm like, hey, just turn around right here in the road. And as he turns around, here comes like 30 or 40 of them, little itty bitty piglets running up from underneath this bridge. And I'm like, oh, I want one. I'm going to get out and get one. He goes, no, because mommy and daddy's right there. And I'm like, oh. But by the time we got turned around, they ran so quick, they were gone. But they were
Look,
So cute.
I wish that she would have got out. He would have videoed her, and she'd have got out and tried to catch one of those pigs. It would have been like watching a Benny Hill episode. You know, if they would have showed me a video of that, I would have cued the Benny Hill music and let Trisha run around like that.
I would have got one.
But yeah, I mean, that place is amazing, Gwendolyn. The LBL is a beautiful place to vacation and visit and stuff like that. But as I told you in the green room, and so the chat hasn't heard this, when it turns night in the LBL comes alive.
Mm-hmm.
You have never heard so many coyote, I promise you, in your life.
Wow.
It is something else, and not to mention the other things that howl in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have a video. We have a video where we visited a cemetery for a nighttime visit. We went in. It was raining. It was raining that night. It was light rain. We set up a canopy. We all set up underneath of this. We set cameras. We set the Ovilus box because we were in there with Night Vision Paranormal, and we were set up in a cemetery. We set up EVRs, EVPs, and we actually have a video on our channel. And I know I keep saying that I'm not plugging my channel, but I'm plugging my channel. We have video on our channel that you can go and watch, and it's really good. It's really good because these three devices that we have them set up. There's no other electrical devices around them. We have them sitting on a freaking tombstone. Okay. And we have a voice recorder up there, and these three boxes work together.
Oh my God. We
just didn't get something on one of them. When we got something, all three of them. That EVR would light up, the EVP would light up and start beeping, and the Ovilus box would start talking to us. And at one point, it told us mad group. So we started asking questions. You know, is the group of people that are buried here, are they mad? Or is there something in the woods that's mad at us? And you know, and then the thing would start beeping, and the EVR would start going over to the red and all this stuff. And we're like, okay. Then it tells us raid. And the one lady with night vision, she's like, are we going to get raided? And this thing starts beeping. Okay, that's spooky as shit.
Yeah,
I've never been on one of these paranormal things. I don't know what to look for. I believe in ghosts. Trust me, I see ghosts all the time. I see them all. I see them in my home. Mm-hmm. I sleep in my basement, and I can be laying in my. I was laying in my bed one night. My dog was laying at the foot of my bed. I have this big, beautiful pit bull, and she sleeps at the foot of my bed, and my curtains, I have curtains that separate my room from the stove room and the rest of the basement area because I don't have wall partitions. I have curtains. And my curtains just open and close. And my dog raises up and looks.
Like, what?
And like everybody's asleep. It's like 2:00 in the morning. Everybody's asleep. And I was watching TV. And my curtains just open and close. And my dog raises up and looks. And then she crawls over by me. Okay? and I'm like, my damn dog is scared.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I'm not going to lie. But you know what I did? I pulled my blankets up over my head and I just laid there and went to sleep because I wasn't dealing with that. But our show, one night, we're sitting there. I don't remember who we had as a guest that night, Trisha.
Are you talking about the demonic voice?
No, I'm talking about when the damn box flew off of my desk and I caught it in my hand.
Oh, I don't remember.
Trisha bought me one of those EVP things that beeped and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and I took it out of the box, and the box was setting, say this phone is the box was setting all the way in the back of my desk up against the wall there. And I'm standing there, we're on a show, and I seen that box just move a little bit. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I got a mouse or something, So, and we're just dealing with the show, and all of a sudden that box just flew out from behind my desk, and I caught it in my hand when it come up like this.
God.
It flew out of my desk. Okay. Now listen, we had been diddling with this paranormal stuff. Okay. And we were talking about it. That was the thing. We were talking about it. And we'd been dealing with this paranormal stuff. And me and Trisha both had that spirit box thing on our phone. And we're using that. And so the next night, I'm in my bed. I'm asleep. Okay. I had this dream that my mom, which has been dead now for 24 years. Okay. My mom, it's like I had an outer body experience. Okay. I could see myself laying there in the bed. And my mom walks over and sits down on the bed beside me. And what's weird is that everybody knows me as Mike. Okay. My name is Michael. But as a child, I was known as Bubby. Everybody called me Bubby. And my mom never called me Michael. If she called me Michael, I was fixing to get a whipping.
Yep.
But she called me Bubby. Even as an adult man, she called me Bubby. She says, Bubby. She says, I know what you're doing. She's like, please don't do it anymore. And I wake up in tears.
Oh.
I wake up. Well, the next morning I call Trisha. And I tell Trisha, I said, Trisha, I said, this obvious and this spirit talk box, I said, I'm not going to do it anymore. I said, and I told her, I said, my mom, and I told her what had happened. The next morning, her mom calls her. And what'd she tell you, Trisha?
So that she had 3 dreams all in one night. Each one of them. The first one had my dead grandfather and my dead grandmother in it. And they were telling her to be careful. And in this dream, I was sitting in the back of the car as they were telling my mom to be careful. Second dream was of one of my uncles that had passed away, and he was telling my mom the same thing. Be careful, be careful. And I was in that dream as well. And the third dream was of another uncle that had passed away, and one that I was very, very close to. And he was holding me on his lap, and he told her that she needed to be careful. And again, I was on his lap. I was in that dream too. So she asked me, she said, please don't mess with that anymore. Please don't mess with that anymore. And I'm like, yeah, okay, well, we'll see. If I get a dream, I'll stop. That next day.
That's hard-headedness in Trisha, though.
Yep.
That next day, went into the LBL, and I had an incident that I could talk to you about after the show or whenever, because it's a pretty lengthy story. And I didn't feel right. What happened to me made me very, very, very sick. It changed me. So I wasn't ready to leave the LBL after that. I wanted to go do something, look around, clear my mind. So we went to a cemetery. I know, odd place to go, clear your mind. But I just wanted to go and just check it out because I hadn't been there, and I've been hearing stories. And I get out, and Andy's with us. My husband's with me. and I pull out the spirit talker on my phone and the EMF. Well, both of them just start malfunctioning. They both quit working like 3 times. So I move it to another gravesite, and it tells me we don't like investigators. And I still have the list of what it said on my phone. We don't like investigators. So I'm like, well, okay, I'm sorry that you're mad at us and you don't like us. I apologize. Not meaning to disrespect you. Just here looking around. Then it tells me to break dance. So I'm thinking, all right, this poor spirit.
He's up there twerking and everything. It's amazing. We got the video of it.
Any visitors, because the graveyard was very rough looking. You could tell nobody's been in there visiting. So me having the heart that I have, I'm like, this poor spirit is like lonely. It just, I want to make it happy. Even though it has passed away, I want to make the spirit happy. So I start dancing, break dancing, because I was joking, doing like a little robot. And then I stopped, and it tells me I've been here for centuries. So I'm like, we're talking to a native, possibly a native,
Right.
or a European or something. And I'm like, this is cool. And then my EMF reader just starts spiking to like red and just keeps spiking to red. And I'm like, okay, this thing's mad now. So we ended up leaving. I apologized. I said, hey, wasn't here to disrespect you. I said, I will pass your word that you do not like investigators to other investigators that come in here, and we will let you lay in peace. So I come home, and we had a show that night, and I was telling them about it, and they all made fun of me. They made this video about me and everything. Come find out, that was a demonic entity testing me, trying to like grab a hold of me, like attached to me.
Oh my God.
After that night, I don't mess with it no more. No more.
Right.
No, we don't. No, we still have our EMF and all that stuff. And I've got some cat balls and stuff like that, because even though I'm not going to communicate directly with them, I like to know that they're there. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Like, I plan on going to the Devil's Tramping Ground. I don't know if you've ever heard that or not.
No.
I have an open invitation to go there, and I'm going to go when I find somebody that has enough cojones to go with me. It's a place in North Carolina that's the legend says that the devil comes up and walks in a circle contemplating his next move.
Oh.
And it's a section of earth that nothing will grow in. It's a round circle. If you take your drone up, it's a perfectly spherical circle. And it's been in this woman's family for hundreds of years. So, but they say that the devil comes down one path and walks in a circle, and that's why nothing will grow there. And then he leaves down the other path. And there's 2 paths that come out. And it's very interesting, and I want to get in there. It's also said that you can place something in the circle and things will move throughout the night. So there's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. It sparked my interest, and it's really close to my home.
What's it
So I
called?
plan on going there. It's called the Devil's Tramping Grounds. And I want, but I can't find anybody to go with me. I mean, I've got some people now that I've brought onto the team that help me do some Sasquatch stuff here in North Carolina. But that's all they'll do. They're very, very religious people, and they want no part of that.
Oh.
And so I have no one to go. I'm not going to take my wife with me.
Right.
Something was to happen to me, that'd be both of us knocked out. Then I got kids in an orphanage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I got to find somebody that's got enough cojones to go with me, and that's pretty cool. If there's anybody in your chat that lives in around Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and like to go with me, and you have a wheel and wiper blades and all that stuff, hit me up. I'll take you. I'll take you along.
Well, if I lived down there, I would go.
Oh, it's going to be cool. I promise you, it's going to be cool.
It's got to be cool. That sounds amazing.
It's on private property, and they do let you go in there during the daytime and walk around and stuff as long as you're not leaving trash. But they used to let people go in there and camp at nights, but now it's by invitation only. You have to request permission, and they have to decide if they want you. Well, I have an open invitation to go.
That's awesome.
So I got to get this done. I got to check this off of the list. You know what I mean? I'm getting old here, Gwendolyn. I got to get this stuff done.
Now. I'm only a year older than you. So let's hold that old stuff.
Well, but see, I worked hard labor all my life. So I'm not only getting older, I'm getting broken down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know that I probably ain't got 10, 15 more years where I'm going to be able to do anything.
Right.
So I want to do it all while I can,
Absolutely.
So I want to visit the Grand Canyon. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. And, I want to go down into the Grand Canyon. I want to do a lot of stuff like that. But, Lord, I can't do it if I keep paying for all this Monsters Unleashed stuff out of my pocket.
Well, you got to sell some T-shirts so you can have some money.
Yeah, people buy some T-shirts so I can go to the Grand Canyon and check that off of my bucket list. I want to do it. I want to go to Alaska.
Oh,
that's been a lifelong dream of mine, to go to Alaska.
An invitation to go there.
Yeah, I really want to go, but I mean, is that something that's realistic for me? I'll probably never make it there.
Right.
In everything, unless Monsters Unleashed takes off overnight. This could be the show that takes us off. I don't know.
Could be, right?
The Golden Pond on February the 7th may be the show that takes us out. We don't know.
Oh, man, thanks. You just made my anxiety just go even higher.
Yeah. But mind you, people, no matter what happens, we're not crazy. I can tell you that. If you hear anybody say we're crazy, we're not crazy. Well, we have what we have, and nobody can tell us otherwise.
That's right.
But anyways, Gwendolyn, we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes on your show, honey.
I'm soon going to have to go to bed.
Yeah, I figured. I told you our shows go 2 hours. It don't matter.
Our shows are slated for an hour, but they never go an hour. They usually are an hour and a half, 2 hours. We just go as long as it goes. So
I'm like, we'll just do this for an hour, and then it was 2.5 hours later, and I've got a guest like me up on the screen that won't shut their mouth, and so I'm just like, just go with it.
Yep.
And people's like, well, why doesn't the girl ever talk? And I'm just like, when do I get a chance?
And then you get somebody like Ethan. Ethan Oates is a great guy, okay? Yeah. But Ethan can really talk.
He can.
And you'll try to interrupt him to ask him questions, and no, he'll just blow you right off, and he just keeps talking. Mm-hmm. And it's hilarious. It really is.
So interesting to talk to you. I love hearing him talk because he's got a lot.
He does.
It's fascinating what he does have. So
he's
going to be back on our show. I got to get him scheduled for a part 2.
Well, I'm going to have to do the same thing with you guys. Schedule a part 2.
Yeah, do that. Do that. Do that. We'll be a regular. We'll come on here every week. It don't matter to us. We and look, that's something else. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. And this is a character witness to Monsters Unleashed, what we do and what we stand for. Because, like you said, we believe and we're trying to work together with people.
Right.
And that's exactly what we did with Night Vision Paranormal. We tried to work with them. Tricia is very involved in the Pathfinders organization there. Also, we have Creepy Culture, which is a Jen, which is a member of Monsters Unleashed now also. But we help her produce her show. And we let her use she comes out of our studio, and we do that. Tracy Jones, which used to be on Channel 12 TV network back when it was a thing. Tracy Jones is now coming over, and she's going to start coming into our studio, and I'm going to help her produce her show until she gets lifted off and she can do it all by herself. But see, we're working together with people.
Right.
Don't
You
forget
know,
Mama Donna. Don't forget Mama Donna.
Oh yeah, and Miss Donna, we've got Donna Copas that comes on our show. She's a member of our crew,
I do too.
and she's amazing. Donna is amazing, and
She
she's
actually
good.
wrote her first article for the magazine. Will be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you what, we're going to go see Monsters Unleashed is going to be at the West Virginia Bigfoot Festival this October.
Right.
Okay. And we plan on going and doing the Bigfoot Festival. We're leaving from there and we're going to Donna Copus's. And we're going to spend a week up there because she got a lot of Sasquatch up there.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go up there and we're going to get our hands dirty up there, you know. And I'm looking so much forward to it. From the moment I met Donna and she told me her story, like I just couldn't wait to get there.
Yep. She's amazing. I actually said to her last week, "You're not that far from me. You're in Ohio and I'm in Pennsylvania. It's not that far." I said, "I really need to come spend some time with you because I am just enthralled with Indians lore and their stories and their, you know what I mean? And I just love it. Like her and William Nighthawk, I love the both of them. They are just a treasure trove of information that when they pass away, all goes away. You know what I mean?
Donna, you know, she's Native American and everything. But if this would have been the Wild West, Donna wouldn't have been the Native American running around on a horse with a bow and arrow. She'd have been that gunslinger. That's Donna.
I love it.
She had two big 6-shooters and the big old hat, you know, that stuff, walking into the saloon just gunning them down. Donna's a go-getter.
Yeah, she's a tough lady.
Yeah, she is. And we love her. We really love her. She's a part of our family. And that's another thing. You know, we said this is a family-run organization and everything, but not all of us are blood, but we're still family.
Some of the best people I've met have been in this Bigfoot community.
Yeah, it really is. And some of the worst people, too.
Well, this is true. This is true.
We also get our youth involved. Like we make sure that, you know, we involve our children in it. We teach them things. Like my son just Saturday, he found his own print. He measured it, and I watched him. He measured it correctly, and it was a 20-inch print, and it was, I remember, 8 inches wide. The widest part was 8 inches. And
wow.
He found it, and he pointed out the toes, and I'm looking. I didn't say anything. I was just making sure he was pointing out the right stuff, and I looked over. I'm like, those are toes. Those are toes. And that's what we do. We want to get our youth involved because when we're not here, they will be. Our work will be carried on through them.
Right.
Trisha's got a dogman print that she got. It's that big. It's huge. It's as big as a freaking horse print. But a Clydesdale. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when she posted that on the TikTok, somebody said, "You did that with a shovel."
Oh, I hate people.
I'm like, all right, if that's the way you want to see it, fine, but I can barely draw a damn smiley face, so.
Trisha calls me. She's like, "Dad, I did that footprint with the shovel. I swear, if I knew where this son of a bitch lived, I'd go and kick his cat."
I didn't say that.
No, she was mad. She was mad about it.
You gotta be mad to go kick somebody's cat.
It made me want to go to my backyard with a shovel and try to recreate that with a shovel.
Maybe you should have.
I should have.
You're an idiot.
I'm going
but
to.
This thing is
on TikTok.
This thing, when you see it, you're like, wow. You know, even Mike Smith, he did a thing with different people's footprints, and he had Trisha's right there in the middle and everything. This thing is huge.
It is huge.
You know, I mean, it's huge, and it's really nice. It really is. We've showed it several times, and so hell, you know what, Gwendolyn, go ahead and schedule us for another show, and we'll bring pictures the next time.
Oh, absolutely.
And we'll show what I mean. We'll back what our ass has been dishing out all night.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good.
I mean, but yeah, we'll do that and everything. But I know. I mean, we've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes, and
Yeah.
I've worked all day. I'm tired, and plus I'm emotionally drained now because I've talked so much.
That's
You know.
right.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to do it, Trisha. I mean, you know.
I could have if you weren't.
Gwendolyn, did I not give her opportunity at the beginning of the show? I said, Trisha, you go ahead and talk, and I say here like this.
You did.
That was the only damn chance that you got, Trisha, okay? I mean, next time, take advantage of it.
Right. Don't stop talking.
Don't let me get a word in. That's for damn sure.
Noted. Look, I got my old marker down right here. I'm writing it down right now. Don't let it go.
Yes, I will.
I will mention, too, if you don't mind me giving another shout-out, Gwendolyn.
Go ahead.
On the 1st of February, I'm going to be on the Coley UFO show. I'm going to be on there, and I will be talking about my books because I am an author also.
Wow.
I have out 4 books. I have 2 children's books and then 2 nonfiction books, and everything. And one of them, you have Echoes in the Hollows. But they're a series, so they both go together. They were originally one book, and I split the book because I'm like, I just can't publish them like this.
Right.
So one book deals on things that's happened here in North Carolina. Echoes in the Hollows does, and then I have another book called In the Shadows of These Mountains, and it deals with things that have happened in West Virginia, plus a bunch of folklore stuff in there too. The legend of John Henry. Okay, a lot of people don't know who John Henry was. I mean, do you know?
No.
Okay, so then you have to buy my book to find out.
I'm going to have to buy it.
John Henry was a railroad worker, and he drove railroad spikes with a 20-pound sledgehammer in each hand.
Oh my gosh.
And he was a very, very big individual. And this was in the time period when they were first building the train tunnels and the railroads through. And that's when the steam drill was introduced. And they made a wager that John Henry could beat that steam drill driving railroad spikes. And John Henry beat the steam drill.
Wow.
But it also killed him. Yeah, it's a very, very good story. They made a song about it. If you don't know who John Henry is, buy my book. No, I'm kidding. You can look him up on YouTube, and there's a lot of information. There's a lot of information all over the whole internet. My wife's grandfather, West Virginia native, Italian gentleman. He was a coal miner and all this stuff, but he was also a master wood carver. And in the town of Hinton, West Virginia, there's a railroad museum, and there's one whole wall that covers the whole museum that has an exhibit that belongs to Charlie Premilia. It's all hand carved.
Oh my gosh.
Pieces of wood, and it depicts the whole railroad system, the locomotive. It has John Henry out there. They call it the John Henry Collection. And it's got him out there driving the railroad spikes where they're building the railroad. And then there's several pieces, and it all has to deal with building the railroad stuff. And it's a very amazing piece of craftsmanship. And I'm very proud for my wife her grandfather to have done that. And that's a legacy, for that family and stuff.
That is very cool. That's very cool.
Who's old school? Me? Oh yeah, I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm from the old school Hard Knocks there, Michael.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to wrap the show up. and we're going to bring you back next month. We should bring you back after your meeting at the Golden Pond Distillery.
Okay.
As I
Yeah. And if nobody sees us after that day, somebody say something, please.
Again.
I'll come down to look for you. I got a bloodhound. I'll bring him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll find you. He's got a good nose.
Check area 51.
Be sure you look us up on YouTube at Monsters_Unleashed and like and subscribe to us, because we do have some pretty good people that come on the show and we have a good time. We have a really good time.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like this every week for us. So.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for contributing to the conversation. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. I think we are interviewing. I know who I'm interviewing. I just have to look it up because I am.
I'll be there. Oh, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm interviewing my friend Mondo, who was in the military. He won't even tell me exactly what his job was, but he was very high ranking and he's got some amazing stories. So I'm super excited.
I will be watching.
I finally talked him into coming on the show. So
Good.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm very excited. So we will see Mondo in 2 weeks, and we will have you guys back next month after your Golden Pond Distillery meeting, and we'll find out how it went and what all good stuff. And hopefully I can get there. I'll have to talk to my husband and work that out, and my boss. But yeah, so have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
This has been a CARC Universal production.